Hey tubers, I got both sides done. And before we go on any further, I want to apologize. This is fiberglass mat, it's not cloth. This is cloth. Actually, this is the 2.5 ounce cloth I keep telling you guys I use a lot. I use it in the model ships. But when you lay this down here, you don't see it when it's done. I mean, it just totally disappears. And this is 2.5 ounce cloth. So, and I've used it on the car area, in different areas. Like when I did the dash for the stereo. There was some glass work that was done up there. So, anyway, this is where we're at. So, we will pick this up tomorrow. Friday, Saturday's video is uploading right now. And so we'll pick this up tomorrow and yeah, sand it off, clean it off, sit there and pop it into the car, and then start talking about it, because we're going to start building the top for it. All right. Guys, catch you guys later. Hey guys, it's Sunday morning, or actually no, excuse me, Sunday afternoon. I got my chores done. Sorry about that. Different video. I'm going to load this one up today. This is where we start designing the top. This is the functional part of the console and what we're going to do with it. And this is where I want your input. I'm going to go through a few options and everything else. I'm going to load this up. Building the base is going to be nothing. Is once we get going, the base was done. So once we get doing the top, is we can do the lower section of the top, and then once we start doing the upper section, is where we got a different elevation changes if we're going to do that inside the on the console itself or on the top. Then you got to watch that you don't make it too restrictive that you can't bolt it in. Okay, so in that case, let me get you on to the tripod over there, and we'll bring you back later. Okay, give me a minute to walk around, guys. Okay, several different ways we can approach this. From here, I'm going to call this the box, because this will be, if we put a glove box in this, this will be where the console glove box, whatever you want to call it. Okay, so we'll call this area the box. So, well, let's start up front here. Measuring from the base of the dash down, it's roughly about 3 inches. We sat there and figured we'd make the top normal depth 4 inches. That'll leave us a little bit. So if I make it, I want to be able, this is the front mount for it to sit there and stop it from wiggling, even though it's pretty secure just with the two we got in it. But with this right here, do you bring it straight down? You know, something like this onto it, you know, or do you bring it down on an angle? You can see in this case, let's see. You're gonna have to trust me on this one. So, it's talking about a 20-degree angle here. Roughly like that. And it's going back to 20. So do you square it up, or do you come out on an angle? This base switch right here for the base to sit there and give me more rear base or take it out is going into that panel. Now up here, if we do the full 4 inches, it's going to be about this high. 4 inches, I'll show you. Let's see, hang on. It'll be roughly right about to there. So this is a lot of dead space in here. So what I was thinking of, let's say, making a tray in here and make it as deep as right to the top of the cable tray coming through with the cabling in it, and then that'll also hold the cable in there and keep it in there. So that'll make the tray, depending upon how deep I make the top there, at least 1 inch deep here. So if I make the top another 2 inches, so that'll be a total of 3 inch deep, and I want to recess it in there. I'm thinking recessing the tray in there. Reason being is here, hang on, bear with me. This plugs my cell phone into the radio. So, and I'm also looking for one of these that I can sit there and I can plug this into here like this, into a plug that has a flange on it, and then I can take another cable and plug it into there and then plug that one into my phone, and I can mount that flange with that cable roughly right in here like this and do away with the ashtray. The ashtray is going to be a great access panel. Pull it out and to get in here, oh excuse me, oh hang on guys, oh, and to get in here, take the ashtray out, and I get my hand in here and I can sit there, and on either side where I fasten the console to, I can get in there and hold the nut or whatever it needs to be. So that's what I'm thinking about in here. Okay, so if you're thinking about other stuff, you sit there and you got to begin to do a USB port. I think a USB port should be done. Okay. And then future use, do we put any power wires in here? Let's say here we decide to make this into the console glove box. Okay, this is going to be a compartment and armrest, you know, it's going to be up roughly about this high, you know, and it's going to go, hold on, let's get the tape out, and it's going to go, bear with me guys, and it's going to go probably out to about here. Okay, so do we want a light in there? You know, you open the lid like the glove box, you open it and the light comes on. Do we want a light in there? That's another thing we got to think of. Let's see, what else? Cup holders. Okay, do we want any cup holders? Do we want to make brackets to sit there and hold the seat belts? I think the console, right before you went into the box, it had it to where they were sitting right like this on a stock console. Okay, so we come back here to the tray. I'm going to make a well out of this, keeping it at, let's say, at 2 inches. I'm going to keep it at all 2 inches, recess this area for a pan, a plastic tray in there, so I could set my cell phone. Come back around here, put a well, so if something falls down here, it doesn't go very far, and it stops it because the well is going to stop on the boot. Keep coming back. Right here, roughly right here, will be the 4-way switches for the power windows. These will be the only switches for the power windows. Driver side, passenger side, driver's rear, passenger rear. That GM 4-gang switch thing you saw? Yep, right there. Question again is, if we build a compartment, a box, do we go straight up and just do it, or do we go back on an angle and do it? So, because there, if we go back on an angle, there at the base of it, we could sit there and put a USB plug to sit there and charge somebody's phone or something. So let's see, that's about it. Hold on, wait, let's see. I'm looking at my notes. I sit down and every night, at nighttime, I make notes on what I need to talk about or what I need to do. So, yeah. Alright, that's pretty much it. We can talk about the rear console. There will be a video clip after this one. So let's talk about the rear console. When the rear seat folds down, I want the top of the seat to hit the top of the console and for the seat to be level. And you'll see that in the clip that's going to follow this one. But that's pretty much the questions and ideas. Anybody got any ideas? Anybody got any questions? Anybody, I mean, come on. Let's see what you guys got to sit there and add. The rear console is going to have to be at least 4+ inches high total. So I'm thinking maybe rather than 2-piece, maybe we do that 1-piece, but then we got the cable, so we got to do 2-piece. So yeah, sorry about thinking about that. So let's see, I'm reading my notes, guys. Let's see. Okay. And cup holders, do we want to do any type of cup holders? I don't want any cup holders. And actually, if we do a seatbelt bracket, where's the seatbelt for this side? Where's it? Here. If we do a seatbelt bracket, I'm thinking we do something like that. Where it comes down. I'll get it right. It comes down and it just sits there right here on the side like this, and then all you gotta do is pick it up, pull it over. So do a cup holder right like that. And let's see, I don't know if you can see it, but then again, it's something to where we can put it right in here like this, almost right after the S per se. And then all you got to do is grab it and buckle it. So, all right, so that's pretty much it. Straight, angled. I'm thinking angled. I'm thinking a tray in here, or at least some type of compartment, because it's a lot of wasted space. If you just, I mean, the stock one just came over. You couldn't access that, and so that was a lot of wasted space. Come back. A well around the shift boot, and the well from the top will hit the shift boot. Come back all the way to here, shifters or switches for the windows in the car, the electric windows in the car. Then for the box, do we go straight up for the box and then go back, or do we go up on some type of an angle? Let's see. If we go back up, let's see something. Let's get the seatbelt out of the way. It looks to be about 40 degrees that way. There's 45 right there. 45 might not be bad. Going up on an angle, let me get my fat hand out of the way. So yeah. So that's the questions. And that's what we're going to be doing. So I'm going to be pulling this back out, set the construction table back up, and we're going to start building at least the base of the top. Boy, that sounds weird. Okay, guys, real quick. All right, I got a 4x4, a piece of 4 in there on the hump, and it makes the back seat level. And this is probably the way the car is going to be driven most of the time anyway, with the back seat down. So with that in mind, as we think about the console going that direction, let's figure out how tall we got to be going back that way. So more in a minute, guys. Yeah, so the rear, I think, will just be straight, going straight back like this. You know, just continue on. But it'll be about 4.25 inches high. So then when we fold the rear seat down, this will, hold on, wait, is this zoomed in? Oh, yep. When you fold the rear seat down, then it sits level on top of that and gives it more support. So that's it, guys. And there's my notes. So I'll be waiting to hear for your opinions, your ideas, everything else. This is the time where you design it to make it to what you want. And I want to hear everybody's thoughts on it. So everybody have a good evening. Have the rest of your weekend. It is Sunday night. Take care, and we'll probably pick one up we'll probably start this on Monday, but we'll go back to where we'll do 2 or 3 days in a row, and then post them. Everybody have a good one. Later.